Remember that time Miley Cyrus was Hannah Montana?
Today, we are talking about Disney Channel shows. What makes me qualified to talk about Disney Channel shows? I'm the most qualified.
I watched a lot of Disney Channel shows as a kid. It was like my jam. I wasn't allowed to watch Cartoon Network, and I really wanted to watch Courage the Cowardly Dog. Don't know why, because that show looks horrifying.
My name's RJ, and today we're talking about the Disney Channel. Dun, 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 dun.
I loved the Disney Channel. It was the only channel I really watched at all by choice. Probably until I was like too old to be watching it. I'd rather not admit that. I mean, I was like in high school.
I was allowed to watch Nickelodeon, but I was always a Disney Channel stan.
I was a Disney Channel kid.
What makes me qualified to talk about them? I'm a human being with cable. You do the math.
As someone who was in elementary, middle school, I want to say, when most of these were on, so I feel quite qualified here.
And so, like, you know, in the faded Nick versus Disney Channel vibe from us being kids, I preferred Disney Channel.
We have to start with what I think is one of the most iconic shows. It changed my vernacular as a child. Of course, if you didn't already know, and if you're thinking of another show, you're wrong. It's That's So Raven.
That's So Raven was a miracle show, okay? Raven-Symoné was absolutely the star of The Cosby Show when she was introduced. Her character was introduced when she was a really little girl.
And she was rapping and she was on Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Like, I'm a Raven-Symoné fan, stan. Love me. I love you, Ray. I love you, girl. I love you.
This was a wonderful show. This show was so good. Raven-Symoné is hilarious. Her comedic timing, way ahead of her age, ahead of her time.
That's So Raven was a show starring Raven-Symoné about a teen girl, Raven, who could see into the future. That's so Raven, it's the future I can see.
And each episode, she would get a vision.
I just remembered I forgot to say Wizards of Waverly Place. Selena Gomez, I'm so sorry.
Oh, snap!
It was a style of comedy that was a lot more broad than you were seeing on network sitcoms. So you could have fun watching these really old school vaudeville routines that were being remarketed and repackaged as That's So Raven and Hannah Montana, but you were getting legitimately good comedy and music.
My favorite character, I loved Raven, of course, because she's Raven, but I loved Chelsea. I really related to the silly ditzy friend.
I think I'm more of a Chelsea, but I wish I was a Raven.
My favorite character in That's So Raven was Chelsea, because I also am a super weird redhead. I don't wear clothes made of like colored pencils.
And I really love the relationship that Raven and Chelsea had. They were like best friends that really bounced off each other, got into all kind of hijinks, but you know, really supported each other when it came down to it. And that's kind of like me and my friends here on AllEars.
I don't know if That's So Raven started this, but I feel like the phrase, oh snap, like that was her catchphrase, and I said it, oh snap.
Oh, snap!
Oh man, I don't know why I said it, but I think a lot of us said it.
But she also had a catchphrase that just caught on, and everybody and their mama was saying it. You're nasty.
You're nasty.
You're nasty.
I did watch Cory in the House because that was still kind of my time, but I also have a younger sister and a younger brother, so like I was still watching Disney Channel even probably after I got a little bit older.
I was like in high school.
I started to watch Cory in the House, and it just wasn't the same.
Cory, Raven's little brother, had to move into the White House because Raven's father got a job as the chef in the White House. And then obviously like shenanigans occurred, but this time with the Secret Service. So
I was in it for Raven, and it wasn't Raven's house anymore.
And then Raven's Home is the newer spinoff, like really new, like past few years new. That I have not watched, but it looks kind of funky.
Raven's Home is a continuation of That's So Raven. Raven is grown up, she's got children of her own, she's trying to make it in the fashion industry. It's really good, and it's a real fun show. You know, it's a different take on what happens after you graduate high school, have kids, and life happens. You know, she's a divorcee, but she's out there making a name for herself.
I think maybe I'm not at a time in my life right now where that's the content I'm consuming. Maybe it should be. Maybe I need to go in the other room, turn on Disney Plus, and watch Raven's House right now. Maybe I would be a nicer, better person.
Nothing can replace the classic nostalgia of the animated series.
Now, I love that, so Raven, but we're talking about the show right now that changed my entire personality. It is who I am today. I am who I am because of this woman, and that is Kim Possible.
Call me, beat me, if you wanna reach me.
Kim Possible.
Kim Possible was an animated Disney Channel show about your basic average girl who also happens to be here to save the world.
Not a superhero, because she didn't have powers, but I guess you would call her a teen hero.
This one, I just remember Call Me Beat Me When You Want to Reach Me, which is very dated. And it makes me feel very old.
People would call her, be like, hey Kim, the world is ending. And she's like, got it, on my way, I'm leaving cheer practice right now, I'll be there soon.
And I mean, I had 3 birthday parties, 3 years in a row, that were Kim Possible themed. I cannot explain to you what this means to me.
I had a Kim Possible birthday party. I had the cake, I had the napkins, I had the plates, I had everything. And that year, I got my dad to buy the Kim Possible movie at Blockbuster. He wanted to rent it, but I was like, Dad, please, I just want it. Can I have it? Can it be my birthday present? And then he bought it instead of renting it, and then we kept it. And I think it's actually in my closet right now.
And honestly, this whole thing is very upsetting because, yeah, I have to think of the time when that I was like alive during beepers, and to be honest, I'm getting more and more upset because I'm realizing like on this episode I'm probably one of the only people.
My favorite character in Kim Possible was Kim Possible.
Duh, Kim Possible. And it's not just because she's the main character, but it was because she was cool and she was feminine and she still was really strong and she saved the world and she didn't need a man to do it, but she still liked boys. It wasn't like negative that she was girly and liked boys. She just was an all-around, well-rounded woman, and she made me want to be strong.
I have red hair, you know, that's like the first qualification to be Kim Possible, and then the other ones are like be able to do a front and back handspring, neither of which I can do, shockingly, I know.
Obviously, I loved Ron Stoppable, but I love Draco. He's like that villain that really believes he is doing the right thing, but can never do it. He can never execute the plan.
I also loved Shigo. I loved Shigo. She was such a good villain. She was complicated, and their fight scenes were always really cool, so I loved Shigo.
I didn't know what was going on with her lip. Was that just a black lip that she had? Like, girl, put lipstick on the bottom lip, okay? If you're gonna wear a black lip, put lipstick on the bottom lip. Girl, you look like you have a mustache for a lip.
Whatever. So yeah, that's Kim Possible, the show that is making me feel so old right now. Oh, there was also the Naked Mole Rap.
Yo, listen up, have a holla from Ron. Naked Mole Rap is the name of the song. Can you tell this was my favorite show?
But also the show had really great storytelling. There was like cool action involved. There was always a little bit of mystery. So I think it did a really good job of appealing to everybody.
And that was the goal of this show. They wanted to appeal to everyone, but there was a little something for everyone. Ron Stoppable was kooky. There was that girlfriend, empowerment, Kim Possible, and Monique. You know, there was the tech savvy Wade. You know, the parents were really involved in her life, and I just feel like it was a great show for families to watch, and families did watch. It was a huge success.
I tried to watch the new live action. I got about 25 minutes in, and I had to turn it off. I tried really hard. I really wanted to like it.
I did not watch the new live action Kim Possible because I don't want to accept it. That's not my Kim Possible.
I watched like the first clip they had from the movie that had the girl they had playing Kim Possible like swing through the air and run towards a car, and I was like, this looks bad. And then I decided to purge it from my brain.
It looked like it didn't do my girl Kim justice, so I wasn't gonna watch it.
They missed a lot of like what was lovable about the original show, that it appealed to so many people. And the dialogue wasn't cringy. I think that's where I kind of got lost. They really tried to appeal to today's audience, and I think they lost everyone in the process.
Where do you get a mini animated version of yourself?
Oh, Oh, next is Lizzie McGuire, another very good, one of my favorite shows.
The OG Queen Bee of Disney Channel, I feel like.
Lizzie McGuire is probably the one that stands out to me the most because at the time I thought Lizzie was like the height of fashion.
Lizzie McGuire, what can I say? This show is about, of course, another teenage girl and her friends navigating life.
I mean, she doesn't have visions like Raven. She doesn't save the world like Kim Possible. She is a normal girl in high school.
And she had an animated mini version of herself who came along with her and provided commentary.
I remember 2 episodes very vividly, and I want to say they're very early on in the series. And I remember the, I want a bra! It was like the most iconic, like, what? Like, oh my gosh, she said that?
I remember the one where in PE class, for some reason, for like a week, they were doing gymnastics. And so she wasn't very good at it. And so the only thing that she could do in PE was the ribbon. And so like she would do the little ribbon routine.
Lizzie McGuire, you are an outfit repeater. You know, like to this day, I don't like to wear the same outfit because I'm scared that someone's gonna call me an outfit repeater. But are we not all outfit repeaters? Are there people who never wear the same outfit? That's unhinged. Clothes are so expensive.
Lizzie McGuire was probably the show that I watched the least. Not because it wasn't good, because, I mean, how can we hate on Hilary Duff? She's fantastic. She's a star. But I just think I liked other shows better, but I loved the movies.
Hey now, this is what dreams are made of.
Did I watch the Lizzie McGuire movie?
Yes, probably 100 times. It's a great movie.
I absolutely loved is not past tense, it's loved the Lizzie McGuire movie. I watch it still to this day. I've seen it like a bunch of times. Every few years I like dig it up and watch it.
They are graduating from 8th grade. They are graduating from middle school, 8th grade, going into high school. And for their 8th grade graduation, they're going to Italy?
Iconic, life-changing, groundbreaking. That, I mean, she did what we could never do for ourselves.
And like the whole like plot with the Italian pop star, and it's like every girl's dream, and then the fact that it's like not every girl's dream truly. I just love the Lizzie McGuire movie.
Can I go to that school?
This is what dreams are made of. Hello.
Oh, I was really upset when the Lizzie McGuire reboot was canceled because I do feel like that was one that it was canceled because it was like a little too adult.
I felt like the way they are intending to do the Lizzie McGuire reboot was going to be in a way that it was for the people who grew up watching Lizzie McGuire, who are my age and who grew up in that time period.
But I think that would have been really great. I think especially on something like Hulu, that could have been very good. I also always want to see more Hilary Duff, so for me, this was disappointing.
But now that's kind of disappointing because Disney Plus has segued a little bit and there is more adult content on there. So if they had just waited a little while, I think Lizzie could have been made and it would have been successful. So I was very disappointed.
Man, I love that grandma. That grandma was funny.
The Proud Family. So The Proud Family was about the Proud Family, which was a black family, is a black family. They still got shows and stuff.
Trying to make it through life with her crazy family. And every single one of their family would get into crazy shenanigans.
And the Proud Family was a historic, game-changing TV show for Disney Channel. And for African-American black people everywhere. We had never seen ourselves represented like that in animation. It was funny, it was relevant, it was true. It talked about things in black culture that are true. I absolutely love this show.
I don't remember a ton about it, but I do remember loving the grandmother.
Man, I love that grandma. That grandma was funny.
Sugar Mama, Penny's grandma. She didn't play no mess, okay?
The grandmother was like just very to the point, straightforward, and awesome.
My favorite characters on the Proud Family, Penny Proud, because Penny had style. Penny looked good. Penny was like, I don't know, she just had it together.
Wizard Kelly was one of my favorite characters because Wizard Kelly was a spoof of Magic Johnson, y'all. There was a Wizard Kelly theater, Wizard Kelly restaurants.
This is Wizard Kelly. That's so funny. It's like the grown-ups in Charlie Brown. Like Wizard Kelly was like, Wizard Kelly. And the grown-ups in Charlie Brown are like, womp, 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 womp.
Anytime you begin an animated series with a theme song sang by Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, Michelle Williams, and Solange, you know that show gonna be good.
I had no idea. Like, I feel like probably a lot of people know that, but I had no idea that Beyonce is literally dropping the vocals on the Proud Family theme song.
Why don't they make theme songs like this anymore? Oh my gosh, I sound so old.
The Proud Family Louder and Prouder, I did watch on Disney Plus. The reason I rewatched The Proud Family was so I could get ready for Louder and Prouder, and I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. I thought it paid homage to the original show without catering to kids.
Back in the day when you were looking at Proud Family, you know, Penny wasn't on her cell phone like that. Now she's on her cell phone, she's texting. They really brought the Proud Family into the 2020s, and I'm here for it. It's so good. They deal with several issues. They've added new characters. There's LGBTQIA plus representation in it. It's really, really good, you guys. And if you haven't watched it, you should check it out on Disney Plus.
I watched a lot of other Disney Channel shows. I'm a Hannah Montana girly. I watched all of Hannah Montana pretty much, like right up until the end.
Why wasn't Hannah Montana on this list?
I'm thinking of like Jake Long, The American Dragon, The Sweet Life on Deck. These are a little bit later, but like Good Luck Charlie, Shake It Up. Those were the end of my era.
Phil of the Future, one of my favorites.
Emperor's New School, that was a good one. It was a spinoff of The Emperor's New Groove, which I love The Emperor's New Groove.
There's so many Disney Channel shows, you guys. We gotta do a part 2. We have to do a part 2. Listen, if you want a part 2, mention it in the comments and let us know what your favorite Disney Channel show is.
Now, whenever I wear green cargo pants and a black shirt, I bought green cargo pants. Okay, listen. Every time, without fail, random people, strangers who have no idea who I am and I have no idea who they are like, oh, Kim Possible. Oh, you're doing a Kim Possible thing. Ah, call me, beat me. Oh, what's the stitch? Every time. I did not know that having red hair and wearing a black shirt and green cargo pants would elicit that reaction, but it does. I'll test it out. I'll take you guys with me on we'll do a little test. Now go watch our episode on the latest Marvel movies. See you there.